Hello everybody, this is Athalbjorn here and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to build a villager trading system just like the one that I have behind me. So keep in mind this is not the only way to build a villager trading system. This is just one of many ways and it's the one that I use personally and I like it a lot. It works for me. So just to kind of explain how this works in case you're not familiar with a villager trading system. Basically, the villagers come through from here through this water stream. I'll just spawn a guy right there. So he'll just come down here and come into this little area right here. He'll be pushed into the corner. This minecart, it rolls back and forth until it actually catches a villager. He'll sit there for a second and then actually come up over there. Once he crosses over there, this dispenser is going to pop out another minecart, and that's just going to roll back and forth because it just doesn't have enough momentum to get up over that hill until we actually get a villager inside it. So then he'll float along this water stream until he reaches an open fence gate to fall through. So occasionally they'll skip one, but if I were to spawn another guy, he would just land right there. And so that's perfectly fine. So then, once we have all of our villagers lined up here, so they're sitting in minecarts, and I'll just look down here so I can show you guys what's going on. So they're sitting on a detector rail, and that's what actually removes the power, really. If you look around back here, looks a little bit complicated, but I'll explain everything in a little bit. So it turns off the power here, so that way the fence gate can actually close and prevent anybody else from falling in there. So then he's actually held there by this wooden trapdoor just to hold everybody in place. So then you can run along this platform here, and then you can trade with various villagers just like that. It's pretty easy. Cartographer, and then this guy's a cleric. Okay, so let's say there's a guy who just doesn't have some good trades for whatever reason. So like say, I don't know, the weaponsmith. Say we've already got a weaponsmith. What was this guy over here? We do have a weaponsmith already. Okay, so we don't want another one. I just hit this button right here. That'll open up the trapdoor and release him. He'll come down here. Okay, and then this water stream over here is going to push him down this little hallway, I guess. Here we go. There we go, and then it'll fall onto that powered rail. And then this detector rail is going to send a signal over here. It's delayed a little bit. So when he gets over here, he's going to run into this cactus, which is going to break the minecart, and then that'll be picked up by the hoppers. It'll be sent up the item elevator all the way down and back around to this chest over here. Now, the villager himself, as you saw, will be pushed into the lava by this sticky piston, thanks to the signal coming from that detector rail. So, let's get started and actually build this thing. So, first, I need my blocks. Okay, so this doesn't have to be stone. It can be any blocks. Stone's just really common. So, first thing you want to do, once you figured out where you want to put it, is just put your blocks. Man, I cannot stack. Okay, there we go. So there we go. 2, 3, 4. And I'll put one more right there. Okay, so now this, you can make it really as wide as you want it to be. I'm just going to go 7 blocks for now. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But yeah, it can really be any length. I'm using 7 because the water streams can only be, so they typically, like it's just a single water stream, only goes 8 blocks. So I'm just going to use 7 for right now. So to get the rails like that, what we're going to do is take just a regular rail down here, followed by a powered rail, followed by a detector rail, and I put that block in the wrong spot, followed by a regular rail. Okay. So then just basically just repeat that. We don't actually even need the regular rails. They're just there just to make this diagonal shape here. And it's okay if they curve like that because we don't need them. So there we go. Powered rail, detector, regular. Okay, so we're almost there. There we go. Okay. So that part is finished. So the next part is the levers. So we're going to do some of the work here in the back. Just move these over. Okay. So we're going to put levers along the bottom here and then turn them all on. And so that is going to turn these powered rails on. So then from here, then we're going to put some redstone torches along here and then again along here. And then we'll come up to the top here. So I'll show you over here on this one. So we've got the 2 rows there, and then above that, we're going to have a row of repeaters that are going to face into those fence gates with a row of torches right behind it. So now I can put these blocks back here. And let me get my repeaters. Okay, and torches. There we go. Just like that. Okay, so that is the first part. Basically just the whole, I don't know, redstone wiring portion on this side. So next what we have to do is build this little channel right here where the water is actually going to flow. So let me come over here. So our fence gates are going to go right in front of these repeaters. So let's put these right here. And they're already open. Okay, so just like that. Now we're going to come up. There we go. Got to come all the way to the end here. And one more. Okay. And let me bring this out a little bit. Okay. And then I just want to cover this up. So what we're doing here, we're going to just completely encase this just to make sure the water doesn't go anywhere, so that way it doesn't, break the redstone that I already have set in place. And then also with the fence gates here, the water just flows across it just fine. It doesn't flow through it, just due to Minecraft mechanics. So I'll put this over here. There we go. That goes all the way down to the end. So you notice I actually moved this 1 block over. So I noticed with this design, putting it directly on that first fence gate, the villagers are actually skipping the first open spot. So I just moved it 1 block back. Okay. So now that we've got that done, the next thing we need to do is build this little section over here right in front of it, which will be like the way that we contain the villagers. So we're going to come out from the base 2 blocks and then go up 3 blocks, and then we're going to have a slab here followed by a trapdoor. So, like I said, we're going to come over 2 blocks, go up 3, and then let me grab my slab here and my trapdoor. Okay, so that goes there, and then trapdoor here, just like that. So I'm just going to repeat that process all along here, and then also we're going to have a water stream right here. So I'll just block this off. So I'll just get that going right there. Okay, so I will fill this in right here and pick back up once that's done. Okay, so now that we've got that section done, the next thing we need to do is put in our buttons. So these are just going to go along the bottoms of these blocks right here. There we go. And so those are actually just going to control the trapdoors right here. So I'm just going to hit the button, that'll open up the trapdoor, and then it'll close by itself. So now we just need to build the little section of rail where the minecart's going to travel back and forth on. That'll pick up the villagers from their little containment area and deliver them into the water stream up here. So I need to come down a couple of blocks here. So I'm going to have a detector rail on the top, followed by a power rail, followed by 2 regular rails. So let me come down again. And then I'm going to come right out on the same level and have 1 more powered rail. So then over here next to this powered rail, I'm going to put a block with a redstone torch to power it. And then the same thing over here. Now it doesn't have to be a redstone torch, it can be a lever. Either way, just as long as it's providing that constant signal. So next, I'm going to put a block at the end here that the minecart's going to bounce off of. And then I'm going to grab my glass. And so let's go along like this. And I'm just going to build this little containment area, making sure that we leave this other space over here blank, like this corner space, so that way the villagers will be able to squeeze through here and pop into the minecarts. So let's just contain this. So it doesn't have to be glass. I just use glass so that way I can see the villagers, so I know, how many I have sitting in there. So we'll come along here. There we go. And 1 more. Okay. And then I just cover up the top as well for 2 reasons. So the first one is just to keep them safe from any mobs that could possibly get in. But the second, and really the main reason, is to prevent them from jumping up and down while they're in the water stream. Because it just slows everything down. So I'll put the water stream here, and then I'll grab a villager spawner here. Drop him in there. So see, he jumps up and down a little bit where there isn't a covering here. But then once he gets underneath these blocks, he can't jump up and down anymore, and it just makes everything a little bit faster. Next, we need to actually get our dispenser hooked up here. So I'm going to put a block here and put some blocks out here. So let me grab the dispenser. Okay, that's going to sit right there. And then up here from the detector rail, we're going to have 2 repeaters set to 4 ticks each, and those are each going to go into a block right there. And then that block is going to have a piece of redstone next to it with another repeater also set to 4 ticks going in right here. So that's just going to delay it a little bit, so that way, like I said earlier, it doesn't pop out the minecarts immediately. It lets the minecart with the villager in it actually get into the water stream first before it pops out another one. So now I need to grab a hopper, and I'm just going to shift right click to put that there, going right into the dispenser, and then I'm going to put the chest right on top of both of these guys, just like that. So now we just need to get some minecarts and put in there. So let me grab a few here. I'll grab like 3 of them. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put these 2 guys in there. So they're just going to go into the hopper and then straight into the dispenser there. And the last guy is going to go right here. So he's going to get picked up, and out comes the next minecart. There we go. It's a little bit of a delay, just like we wanted. So then he drops in there, and he's all set. And this essentially is your completed villager trading system, provided that every single guy that you get initially is what you need. So let's say you get a villager who doesn't have the trades you want, or it's just a duplicate of another villager you already have. So for whatever reason, you want to trade him out for another villager. So that's what this next section is going to be about. There we go, just like that. So like the villagers with the green coats, as an example, they're pretty useless because you can't trade with them at all. So if we were to get one of them, what we would do is we would just hit the button up here, which would release them, because it would open up this trapdoor right here. They'd come down into the water, and then that's what this next section is going to be about. So we'll dig this out just a little bit, and I'm going to put some powered rails here with a torch, just like that. So that's going to power that. So then I'm going to come over here, put in a detector rail with some regular rails. Although that one I'm going to be taking up in a little bit. But basically what we're going to do is get some redstone in here. So I'm going to put one there, one here, put that into a repeater, set that to 4 ticks just for as much delay as possible, come around here, and then we have another repeater also set to 4 ticks. That's going to go into a block, which is then going to power our sticky piston. Just like that. So now I'm going to dig this out a little bit, just so I have a little bit more space to work with here. And then I'm going to grab our cactus and hoppers. So I'm going to put the cactus here. So we got the sand there. Grab the cactus. Put him there. And then get these hoppers. So that's going to break that, which is perfectly fine. So I need to put a line of hoppers coming out of here, and that's going to come down here into our item elevator. So just for now, I'm going to put that into this block and have all these guys run around there. There we go. Just like that. So I'm just shift right clicking to face all these hoppers into that direction. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. You don't really need them over here because there's no way that the minecart's going to get over here, but I just do it just to be safe. So just like that, there we go. So now let me grab the regular rail and put that on top of there, just like that. So that way the minecart will come along here, it'll run into the cactus and break and then drop down into the hopper. So now I just need our lava bucket, and I'll put that right there. That's going to kill the villager. And then I need to grab some glass to encase all this in, just so that way they don't pop out. So let's get some daylight here and turn this rain off. Okay. So as we can see over here, so I've got the glass directly covering both the detector rail and the rail right in front of it, but then I have these two spaces clear, especially for the cactus. But then I'm surrounding the cactus. So let's just do the same thing over here. So I'm going to cover that guy, and right in front of it. Okay, just like that. And I'll put one there. And then just like that, we're just going to surround this. Basically forcing it so that way when the villager gets off the minecart, he's forced to stand right here. He can't stand anywhere else because of the blocks. So then this will push him into the lava. So from here, now we just need to build our item elevator. So I've already done a tutorial on that, but we're just going to build it real quick. And then I'll show you guys how everything is hooked up when it's done. Okay, so we have the item elevator completed, and then I've got a hopper line going from there all the way to the double chest down here, just so that way we can keep our mine carts, so we don't have to keep remaking new ones. But yeah, that is the completed villager trading system. So like I said at the beginning of the video, this is not the only way to build one. It's just one example of a villager trading system that you can build. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, just so you can catch up on all of my videos that I've got out. I've got tutorials that I try to come out with one a week, along with my survival adventure series, which I also try to put out one a week for those as well. So I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.